Hey everybody. This is day 4 and we put in a monster day today. We went from Neel's Gap to the Blue Mountain Shelter. I think we're at mile 49. We started at mile 32. 17, 18, I think it's 18, maybe 31, 18 plus miles today. And it went well. My shadows feet were hurting. So it took a little while. We were going to go down into Unicoi, which would have added another 2, but I don't know. We didn't. We just decided that we are going to stop here and spend the night at the Blue Mountain Shelter, which will be good. So, kind of a little update for for all things, and physically, I felt fine. My back was a little sore, and one of the ridge runners came by, and I told him, I go, yeah, my back's been sore, and he looked, and my load lifters were down, so I ended up not. They were loose, so then I pulled them forward, and I was like, oh wow, that helps. But I had them all tight. I don't know how they got looser until he told me. He said, well, it's most likely every time if you pick it up from the shoulder straps, then over time they're going to loosen up. So I have to keep an eye on that. I'll grab it from that, kind of the loop that we have. I'm gonna stretch you guys out a little bit. Yeah, so from the loop, so then it's a little more. It doesn't come down as much. So physically, my feet are sore as expected. My legs are hanging in there. My heart rate is, a little elevated for the end of the day. Long day. It's almost, left at 7:25 this morning, and ended. It's about 6 or 6:15 or something like that. So it just was, a big physical strain, but I feel good. I feel like if there was any major climbs, then it would have really affected me, because I was at the end of my feet, so to speak, or end of my legs. Mentally, I am doing really well. I think that all the anxiety and stress of getting started has started to melt away. But it's funny, I get this goofy shake in the morning. And at first I thought it was like a blood sugar thing, but I figured, okay, well, we've got a cortisol release, 5, 6 in the morning. That should help with the blood sugar, bringing that up. But then I just realized that it was more a fact of just like I gotta go, I gotta get on the trail, I gotta get there, as quickly as I can. And I need to learn to de-stress in the morning, because I just I'm filling my backpack as quickly as I can, trying to get out and get going, so, but, mentally I'm doing good. Emotionally, I'm fine. I feel good. I'm having a good time. I know what I'm out here for, and it's to entertain you guys and to kind of educate a little bit on, what it's like to hike the Appalachian Trail as an older guy, and then relationally, spiritually, I feel pretty, this is such, a blessing for me to be out here, and that my wife has, taken the reins at home, and it's just a huge blessing, and I'm, very grateful, and I'm very thankful. I'm also, in that same vein, I'm thinking about a lot of the different through hikers and the whole hike your own hike. And I think everybody in the first so many days are doing, they're looking at 5 to 8, 8 to 10, stuff like that. We had finished our 8 miles, actually 12 miles at 1 o'clock today. And we're sitting there and we're like, we're not done. I can't really end the day. I'm not the type of person to sit at a camp and stare at a fire for 12 hours, unless I'm not hiking. If I'm hiking, I feel like I need to be out there doing my thing. So, with that said, we just kind of dropped it into gear and decided to go further, and this is where we ended up. We did latch on with another hiker, and he is doing, big days, but he does them kind of a gentle approach, doesn't really stop a lot, which is kind of what I like to do. I don't like to stop unless, there's a reason, like to get water, change clothing, stuff like that. So that's been good. So I've been thinking about the hike your own hike, and, just being, gracious with people who are of differing opinions, because there's a lot of people doing shorter ones and a lot of them doing longer. And, for the most part, we're going to do probably a 10 or 15 tomorrow, depending on how we feel. We're going to go down to Unicoi Gap and then up from Unicoi Gap and, kind of play it out again. If we are at 10 miles and it's, not 10 miles, but say 6 or 7 miles at noon, then we may just push on. So that's the hike your own hike thought of the day. But we're having a lot of fun. It's a grueling physical thing. Everybody out here is feeling the same feelings. It's not like you come out here and you don't have pain, or you don't have, breathlessness and being out of breath, and you don't stumble, or everybody's slipping, and, it's been a rainy few days. We're expecting high winds tonight. But then tomorrow should be more New England-y for people that are watching from New England. It'll, I think, in the 40s. They said, it'll be cold. And, I'm thinking, okay, what, 5-10? They're like, it'll be in the 40s. And, so it'll be a glorious day as long as the sun stays out, and we'll enjoy that. As far as the point about, what was I thinking? Oop, lost my train of thought. The carnivore diet, for all you carnivore folks following me, I have been following carnivore. I woke up, I had more of a snack and then got going, and that, held me firm till 1 o'clock, and then I had one of my freeze-dried meals, and that got me full. So I will have, some dinner. I'm going to actually, cook up some stuff. And then have dinner, and then, and then try to pack it up for the night. And that'll be about it. But yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. If you want information from the trail, on the trail, from this guy, then follow along, and we'll, enjoy, each other's company. I will get to comments when I can get to towns, and I can get to comments, and I appreciate patience in that. And I'm also thinking, we are so remote out here in Georgia that the Wi-Fi is pretty, I don't know, crazy, but we'll just keep the videos coming, and I hope you have a great day and a great hike. And if you're on the trail, then congratulations, and keep it up. And if you're not, then add it to your bucket list, and then say, I'm going to do that, and then start planning. All right, you have a good night.